Okay, okay. Hello, is anybody there? Hello? Hello? Yay, it's working? All right. Yes. Yay, I'm so happy. Okay, so I don't know why. I just did it the same as I did before, but I shall not touch anything. Yay. So, what do we talk about now that I actually have sound? Besides the spoiled buddy. Sit down. Sit. Shake. You missed. Shake. Okay. I make noises. Yeah. Yeah, Benjamin, thanks. Buddy is almost 10 years old. He'll be 10 in a couple months. Hey, Jeremy. Hi, Loaves and Fishes. Hi, Candy. I know he's wondering who I'm talking to. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Heather. Hi, Pet Sonics. Bob. Yeah, Buddy fixed it. I have to confess, he did it. Hi, Otter Creek. I'm so glad it's actually working. But now I'm wondering, what are we going to talk about? Because I'm not very good at live streams. Anybody got ideas? Hi, Aquarium Thoughts. Hi, Frank. What do I feed the fish behind me? Oh, God, it must be Tetra granules, huh? The big tank behind me. Let me see that one. It's kind of cloudy right now because I did a water change. Let me show you that one, big one. Can't see it very good. I'll just leave this here. I need a walkabout camera. But that one has farlowella in it. And yeah, farlowella fry. And it's got the Kabodai rasboras, and it's got some of those glowlight Danios, and it's got a few dwarf anchor catfish. So yeah, breeding, the farlowellas breed in there about once a month. I haven't really been trying to save a lot of the babies. The last batch I had, the babies got out of the breeder box, some of them, a lot of them, because while I was at work, it kind of overflowed and they flowed into the tank. However, when I was cleaning the tank today, there's babies in it. They're still there. So, is this my kitchen? No. This is my living room, kitchen. I have a small trailer. This is what I have. This is it. Which I'm sure most of you aren't very impressed with it, but hey, I worked for it and I bought it all by myself, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, I am going to set up a getgills.com. I just got to, maybe I'll do it this weekend because I've got some rice fish fry, I've got some drape fin fry, and I've got a ton of moss, just, Java moss, which a lot of people don't like, but I've heard that it sells really, really well, and I've just got it everywhere, so I need to do something with it. And, well, thank you, Bob. Yeah, I kind of did my own thing with it because it's mine, so I can do whatever I want to. The drape fins grow really slow, and they're still fairly small. I'm trying to catch them out of the tank, though. They're above the big tank. Let me see if I can. Let me see. There's a couple 10 gallons. Ugh, this camera. Trying to set it up. That's a 40 gallon, and there's a 10 gallon and a 10 gallon. And I've got drape fin fry in one of the 10 gallons, but I'm trying to catch them to get them out of there because I want to try to breed some ember tetras in that tank. Yeah, Buddy thinks I'm nuts. The axolotl is doing really well. She's like tripled or so in size already. and she's fat. I mean, she is totally fat. I was looking at her today and I'm like, my God, maybe I should cut back on her feeding a little bit. But she's doing good. So, what else? Anyway, yeah, she's doing good. The new little pearl scales I got, one of them isn't doing very good. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to save it or not. It's got some issues with its swim bladder, but I've got it separated and in some Epsom salts and stuff. So, furry things, I've got lots of furry things. I got Kitty, that's one cat. I've got, that cat's like a year old. And then I've got another cat that's the same age as Buddy. It's almost 10 years old, and he thinks he's totally the boss of the whole house. Hey, Jeffro. I'm surprised you haven't started a stream yet. Is that what you're coming on here to tell me, that you're going to start a stream now? Yeah. But it's good to see you. I said it really late because I was hoping you'd be in bed and wouldn't stream in the middle of mine. I love you. Sorry. Yeah, he's a good puppy. Come here, buddies. Want a cookie? Cookie? You gotta come over here. There you go. Hi, Curly Bunny. That's right. That's right. He should have started a stream when I couldn't get the audio going. Hi, Protim. Yeah, the last stream, Jeremy, he like 15 minutes into my stream, he started the stream early. And I set it up to where I'd have a full hour before he streamed. But no. Hi, Heather. Yeah, you would never leave me for Jeff. Yeah, right. He's better at doing live streams than me because I don't really know what to talk about. I could try to show you guys the rice fish, Daisy's rice fish. I've got some that are about half grown, and I'm going to be putting on Get Gills. Oops, I don't need the microphone. I need the camera. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can move the camera without connecting my microphone, which would not be good. Oh, it's not good. Let's see. Camera cord is there and there. Hold on. I got cords all over the place here. And I'm going to try to move the camera over and show you the Daisy's rice fish. Hold on. Hey, buddy. Can you say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? Okay. Let's see here. That's all Daisy's rice fish. Buddy. So, yeah. So that's the rice fish. And I've also got, in my spare bedroom, I've got a bunch of babies, like little ones. They seem to grow pretty slow, but they are growing. I've got, there's dwarf sage in there, and some kind of stem plant, Ludwigia, I believe, some kind of Ludwigia. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. There's a few spare plants here and there. Oh, loaves of fishes. We'll catch you later. I know I was having microphone issues. Yeah, I set that stand up right now. The big tank is really cloudy because I was doing a water change on it, and I've got like a wave maker, and it kind of fell and stirred up the sand and stuff, but it'll settle down after an hour or so. 26 watching. That's pretty good. Hi, Melvin. And I don't know. Oh, the stand there, the dresser that tank's sitting on. I love that thing. It's like, I wish I could show it to you up close. It's really a cool dresser. It's full of art supplies. It's got all kinds of drawers and slots and stuff. Yeah, that's the one. That is, I've got all my pencils in there, like my charcoal pencils and erasers and Conte crayons, and all my drawing stuff is in there. And then I've got another cabinet. I don't know if you can see it. This one right here is full of oil paints. So yeah, my living room is kind of studio living room. Well, thank you, Curly. So, yeah. How many tanks do I have? If I count the tubs that I'm, like my grow out tubs and stuff, I think I've got like 25 going right now. Because I've got another room that's got a bunch of tanks too. And I got a stand sitting out on my porch that I've got to get set up in there and move all the tanks onto it, because right now they're just all over the place. Oh, thank you, Aquarium Thoughts. So the other room is kind of moved my easel and stuff in there. And I've got my desk in there for drawing and stuff, but most of my art supplies are in, well, like, see the cabinet there with all the different colors going down? That's like a file cabinet that's full of my reference photos. And they're kind of sorted into subjects. Because I do a lot of wildlife, and I only use, for reference, I only use my own stuff, my own photographs. So that's like years worth of going to Yellowstone and getting pictures of bears and elk and deer and wolves and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, bye, Aquarium Thoughts. So that probably is boring to you, but yeah, like I say, that whole file cabinet there is all full of prints of pictures that I've taken. So when you see pictures, you know, like that, like the osprey that I gave away, that was an osprey that was outside of Livingston, Montana. When I lived there, they had a big nest that I used to go and visit all the time. And that's how I came to draw the osprey, Bob. It was like about 5 or 6 miles out of town, and I'd swing by once a week because they were raising babies. So yeah, and then I do a lot of bears because there is in between Livingston and Bozeman. I lived in Livingston for a lot of years, and in between Livingston and Bozeman in Montana, there is a bear sanctuary, a grizzly bear sanctuary, and they have 6 different bears. And I volunteered out there all the time. So I got to know the bears, and I got lots and lots of pictures of grizzly bears. And I went to Rocky Mountain National Park one time, and it was on a date. And the guy drove like 100 miles an hour through the park like it was a race to get in and out again. So that was not very exciting. Sometime it's close. I'd like to go back again, but by myself. Love your rug. Which ones? The striped ones? I got like, the carpet is just tan and I don't like it. So I've got like throw rugs everywhere. But yeah, it was one of those man things, you know, that I'm sorry, all the guys in here, but you know, like drive 100 miles an hour and honk at everybody that gets in your way and don't see anything good. Hi, Joel. So sorry, Jesse and everybody else, but yeah. I know not everybody's like that, but yeah. That's why I like being by myself. Hi, Ashley. Yeah, Frank. Hmm. Yeah, the grizzly bear sanctuary is really cool. They have one bear there named Brutus. He must be about 13 now, about 900 pounds, I think. But he's been in movies and commercials, and you see him online once in a while and stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I loved living in Livingston because I'd go to the bear sanctuary all the time and help them out. And then I could also, like in the wintertime when all the tourists are gone, I would go over to Yellowstone Park. And I've got a 4-wheel drive truck, and it'd be a lot of snow, but like I said, I got a 4-wheel drive truck. So I love going there in the wintertime because there's nothing better than buffalo in the snow and finding wolves and red foxes in the snow and stuff. So yeah. So you'd better go there, Candy, because it's like the best place in the world. I kind of miss that. If I were to like win the lottery to where I could live anywhere I wanted to live, I'd go back up there and get a place in Paradise Valley somewhere where I could just go in the park anytime I wanted to again. But yeah, I love living up there. This isn't too bad here, but as far as wildlife and being able to go places like that, there's really nothing around here. I know, buddy, I'm talking to myself. See, look, can you see yourself there? I live up high, Jeffro. It's like it's kind of almost like a desert plateau, but not really. But I live in Laramie, and Laramie is 7,000, a little bit over 7,000 feet above sea level. And if you go, there's a pass in between here and Cheyenne. And if you're coming over the pass and around the corner and can see Laramie, you can see real obviously it's like in a bowl in the mountains, like with mountains all around it. And it's a little bowl in the mountains. But it's a steady climb from Cheyenne to Laramie. So, because Cheyenne is like right at the start of the plains, and Laramie's sitting up in the mountains. Yeah, buddy, I think he would call somebody for help if he knew how to dial the phone. Do you always have the lights on your tank? Pretty much. I live in Wyoming, Curly, in Laramie, Wyoming. Boise. Oh no, Boise would be awful. So, no, I live in Wyoming. Wyoming has the lowest population of any state except for population per square mile, except I think Alaska. But of the 48 lower states, Wyoming's got the lowest. So, but this is Laramie's a little college town, but it's still not very big compared to where I'm sure most of you live. It's still pretty small. Take me to Wyoming. Yeah, the best thing about Wyoming, but is Yellowstone Park. A lot of Yellowstone's in Wyoming, but it's way up north for me. Dan's fairly close to Yellowstone, but I don't know if he goes over there or not. Wild horse country, yeah, some of it is. And there's a lot of cattle and stuff, but like I say, I'm pretty high up, so it's kind of cold here in the wintertime. And in the summertime, I tried tubbing the summer before last, but the nights never got above 50. And then I had some Kubota, the Kubota rasboras out there. And the first week of August, we had a full week where it got below freezing at night. So, yeah. In the winter, it can get, the coldest I've seen here is 40 below in the wintertime, but it just lasted one day. Actually, Livingston was a lot colder. Livingston would routinely get in the minus 40s for a week or two at a time, and then be like minus 25 for a high during the day. And a couple times when I lived in Livingston, I saw it get down to like minus 50, minus 54. So yeah, it's cold. So it's not quite as cold as it gets cold here, but it doesn't stay cold for as long as it does in Montana. If that makes sense. Hi, Carson. Yeah, wintertime kind of sucks. Yeah, greenhouse, or I actually ordered when it was going to be so cold that one week, and I had the rasboras out there, and I knew there was some fry in there, and it was like the first week of August. It was going to be like down around 30 all week at night. So I ordered a great big heater to drop in there from Amazon, and it came like just before the week started, and they sent me vacuum bags instead of a heater. So I had to, what's the backstory on Punchy? So, yeah. So by the time I got the heater, it was too late. I'd lost most of the fry. The summer, usually we have our last snow the last week of May. And then usually around September 1st, we could get a snow again. But I've heard it has snowed here in the summertime too. What else do I have stocked in those tanks? I have some little in the one sitting on the cabinet. There is pygmy cories, which I don't see very much because they stay hidden, but there's a lot of them in there because they're colony breeding. And then there's some new little teeny killifish that I just got from Dan. So, and I'm kind of waiting for them to get settled in, and I'm hoping they'll start breeding. And then in 1 10-gallon on the stand, I've got shrimp, and there's some baby rice fish in there, Daisy's rice fish. Not very many, but there's a few in there because I moved some plants in there when I was cleaning, and then I moved them out. But evidently there was a few eggs that like hatched before I got them out of there. And then in the bottom one, I already told you what's in that. The neon green killies. Now I got, these ones are blue, and they're little tiny. They're only like way less than a half an inch long, full grown. How old are you? I am going to be 64 years old this summer. Where's your baby goldies? Oh, they're on the kitchen table, which you can't see right now. And also on the kitchen table is my pain in the neck cat, which he knows he's not supposed to be there, but he thinks he is the boss of the house. Yeah, I don't have the lights on him right now. 64 is in the 30s. Yeah, right. I'm sure I look like I'm in the 30s. Oh, okay. I'm probably the oldest one, you know, Ashley. Yeah, I've got the baby goldies on the table, and then there's let me see, it would be that way. Yeah, you can see on the tank right there. That is it's got the endlers in it and a betta, a female betta. And then there's a 5-gallon on the table with a female betta, and there's a 10-gallon on the table with the baby goldies. $101, wow. And I've got a female betta here. I could probably show you if she's out. She's kind of hanging at the top right now, but I'll show you. And the glass is kind of dirty. Ah, there she is. So I've got that female betta. Then there's a 5-gallon over there with a male betta in it. And then I've got the Daisy's rice fish is out of sight. And below it is a 5-gallon tank that's got some baby farlowellas. And then on the kitchen counter that you can't see, there's another male betta. And then in the extra bedroom, there is the axolotl. And there's 2 tubs of baby rice fish. And there is, I'm trying to think here, some goldfish that I've been babysitting for a friend for like 6 months. And then some more endlers and some albino cories that I'm babysitting for a friend that I keep getting eggs from. And then I've got some rainbow fish and some starlight plecos in another one. And then I've got a 10-gallon tank with a bunch of young albino cories that I'm growing out to sell. And then I've got another tank that's got all the adult drape fin barbs and some ember tetras and some pea puffers. And then in my bedroom, I've got a 40-gallon tank with the bigger pearl scales. And I've got a small tank with pepper cories that are breeding. So, okay. Oh, yeah, I got ears. So, that's it. I'm probably forgetting some stuff, but I've got a lot of stuff. I need more, though. I need more tanks. I've got a 20-gallon that I got to set up that's empty, and I'm going to need fish for it. I just haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. Yeah, the 20-gallon that I need to set up, I think that makes 25 tanks. I need more, yes. More. Hi, Sean. Hi, little Mama Llama. And Ty. Hi, Ty. I'm kind of on the 20-gallon that isn't set up yet. I'm trying to decide if I want to go with a blackwater tank. And there's some really cool fish I could do for that, like a really dark blackwater tank. Or if I want to do a brackish water tank. And I haven't really decided yet. And I got to decide because it's going to make a difference how I set it up. Because if I do brackish, I'm going to go with sand on the bottom and lots of wood and rocks and stuff. But if I do black water, then I'll probably do plants and stuff and a totally different substrate. I can't do both. I just have the 20. It's a 20-gallon that I bought for $10 from a friend. I think I'm going to stop and see you. Who are you talking to? Jeffro. Hi. Oh, yeah, I see. If Jeffro's going to stop and see me, that's great. He can stop anytime. He's always welcome. But I'm not in Boise. And I'm kind of a little bit out of the way. If you go to Fort Collins, I'm about an hour and a half from Fort Collins. What, buddy? What? Are you barking at the cat, or are you just upset because I'm talking? Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Who's the new operations director for Aquarium Co-op? Hi, Aquarium Podcast. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, he always wants Scooby snacks. Oh, no, Benjamin. He's got a big bark. He scares people because his bark is really loud. And when he gets excited, he barks. And it scares people, but he's just saying hi. He actually doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He loves everybody. Hi, Friday. Hi, Ron. I have 25 tanks altogether. One of them's not set up yet. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. Oh my God, it's KG Cichlids. I'm just reading the chat here. Hi, Soggy Pits. But yeah, Jeff, you're welcome to stop by. But like I said, be a couple hours out of your way, about 3. If you we're heading to Fort Collins and you decided to swing over here, it would take you be an extra about hour and a half each way. From Cheyenne, it's about an hour from Cheyenne. And then if you take the one highway kind of down there, directly down to Fort Collins, it's that takes about an hour and a half. Which one is my favorite tank? Oh, I don't know. I like the big 40 breeder behind me, but then I also love the 40 breeder in my bedroom because I love my pearl scales. How many hours a day to maintain my tanks? I usually don't do too much maintenance on the days when I work. I'll usually try to... Oh, Kevin's always a bully. I've got a ton of duckweed here for him. I could send him a lot of duckweed. But yeah, that one is a 29-gallon. Mostly all my tanks are planted. Well, not all of them, but they've all got plants in them. Some of them are real heavily planted. At 40 breeder, you can't really see it because it's kind of foggy right now, but it's pretty heavily planted. They're always changing the planted ones. Some stuff grows and some stuff dies back, and then stuff will come back, and yeah. What? What insult? Did I insult somebody? Oh, Bonnie. Yeah, you can't bring Bonnie. I know I don't think it'll ship good in the winter months, but I certainly got a lot of it. What plants? I don't have really high lights, really expensive lights, Dan. So most of my plants are low light plants. And I'm always trying out new ones. But on that shelf there over the 40 breeder, that's just a shop light. And then over the 10 gallons, there's another shop light, LED shop light. It's like a 4-foot strip. And then I've got a cheap, there's an Aquaneat light on that one. And an Aquaneat light on the Daisy's rice fish tank. And then I've just got a clamp-on light on one of my tanks here. And then the little 5-gallon tanks that I have the bettas in, they've got just little clip-on lights, LED lights. So I've got some Bucephalandra. I've got I love the dwarf. Now I can't think. I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of what they're called. But anyway, they're all low light plants. And medium plants. Medium to low light. Yeah, the shop lights are they do really good, and they cost me between $20 and $30 for a 4-foot strip, so that's not bad. And they work, and the plants grow. The duckweed challenge. Kevin was supposed to make a duckweed sandwich, but he didn't. I have some Ember Tetras in one of my tanks in the other room. And that's all the Tetras I've got right now. But I need to move in one of these 10 gallons. I've got some Drape Fin Barb Fry. And I need to get them out of there. They're really hard to catch. Because I'm going to put Ember Tetras in there and try to breed them. Oh, Kevin, you did not make a duckweed sandwich. You made a sandwich with ranch and 2 little pieces of duckweed in one corner. That does not count. Yeah, you ate it, but it was ranch. It was a ranch sandwich that happened to have a piece of duckweed on it. It was not at least 30 duckweeds. If there was half a dozen, you were doing good. Ranch and mayonnaise sandwich. That's right. That's what he did. Hi, Phoenix. It's propagating in your belly, probably. It was just ranch. Hi, Ty. I think I already said hi to you. Bad move on the sound. Yeah, I mean, really, Kevin, duckweed is basically, it'd be like watercress or something. It's not going to hurt you any. I would have to like double check and make sure there was no shrimp mixed in with it. But yeah, it wouldn't have been bad to actually make a sandwich. Hi, Dr. Shishimi. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I just like restarted the stream and restarted the mic, and now it's working. Is it still working good, right? You guys eat it? It wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. It'd be kind of like, I bet it'd be like watercress. You are all set up to do, what's ASMR? Hi, Teresa. Okay, I'll have to check it out. But not right now. Oh, you think so, Bob? That could be they don't know what watercress is. Or alfalfa sprouts. It'd be like alfalfa sprouts. Y'all should know alfalfa sprouts. You're all set up to not eat duckweed. Hi, Blue Waters. So, yeah. Well, I'm old enough to know what watercress is. Hi, Teresa. Oh, yeah. I don't have any mods in here. How do you do a mod? I'd use, add moderator. I can do that. Okay, who else wants to be a mod? I didn't ask her. I just made her one. I'll do Jeffro. And that way, oops, got to catch him here. I think I got Jeff. Yep, got Jeffro. That way, maybe he won't like start his live stream in the middle of mine. Candy. Jeffro has the power. Look out. Oh, I'm going to do Bob. Okay, 3 should be plenty, right? Hi, Slash Master. You hate responsibility, okay. So, okay, so now I don't know what to talk about. Oh, Dougie's in here? Oh, he is. Hi. I missed you up there. I thought I was following along pretty good, but I totally missed you. I hope you're feeling good, and I'm really glad to see you. Oh, no. KG said fart knocker. Benjamin, yep. Yep, you got to watch yourself because, you know, I'm an old lady and just like really strict. Really strict. ID. KG, okay. What's a fish you've kept in the past that you would love to get again? I used to have a 75-gallon planted tank that I had a bunch of discus in, and I did love them. I kind of got really discouraged with them, though, because I had a breeding pair, and I set them up in a 20 long, and the heater malfunctioned and cooked them and killed them. And I kind of got out of the discus after that because it just really upset me. But sometime maybe I'll do them again. Yeah, it was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. I lost both of them. They started trying to jump out of the tank, and I stuck my hand in there, and it was like over 100 degrees, and I tried to like fish them out real quick, and they died before I could even get them out of the tank. They died real fast. So, yeah. And they were a beautiful pair, too. And I kind of took the 75 down after that because I was just so, I was really upset. I got out of fish keeping for a couple years after that. Everybody's offending everybody. And then after, when I set up the 75 again, I did rummy nose and some neons, and then I got some angelfish. And I don't really like angelfish because they fight too much. So they did okay, but I'm not ever going to get angelfish again because I don't like fighting fish. I like fish that swim around in nice little schools peacefully. That would be something I would get again, though, if I get the maybe like a 40 breeder or something. I love the rummy nose. Why are you not a mod of wit and repartee? Okay. Okay, Dougie, I expect to see wit now. Lots of wit. But mostly what I'm doing now, because I've had a lot of different fish over the years. For like several years, I had like, oh man, I must have had 10 tanks of all kinds of fancy goldfish. And I do love them. But what I'm kind of mostly aiming towards now, or what piques my interest, it's more unusual fish that you don't really see every day. So I'm always kind of on the lookout. I want to get some of those half beaks. And I want to get some of the Indian Royal Green Pipefish, I think they're called. But they're a pipefish, but when they spread out, when they're breeding and the bottom comes out on them, it's like stripes of color, and they're just totally awesome. And I want to get some of the little, the mud skippers. I want to get a mud skipper too. Yeah, those pipefish, those ones are really, really cool. And I kind of really want them. And the other one that I really want but have not been able to find in the States is those, the honey blue-eyed, my mind just went blank. You know what I'm talking about. Little honey blue eyes. Rainbow fish. They're little. And they got like the neatest colors on them. Not blue-eyed rainbow fish, but honey blue-eyed rainbow fish. I need a 90-gallon tall right in the middle of the room. You know, I could, but take a look at this. This is where most people would have a couch. Let me see if I can get over there. That Right there. Let me see. That is a 100-gallon tub. So that's 100 gallons with my turtle guys. So that's where most people would have a couch, but who needs a couch, right? Yeah, when my daughters came to visit from Oregon this summer, they were like, why don't you have a couch, Mom? And you have all these fish tanks and you don't have a couch. You know, what the heck? But I got a kitchen table with chairs, and I got my computer chair, so that's good. So I don't really need a couch. I don't have a TV anyway. I just have a computer. So, yeah. Turquoise rainbows and New Guinea rainbows. Nice. But then I've got a spare bedroom that I'm like setting up some racks and stuff. I got a rack, but I got to get it set up. But that was my youngest daughter's bedroom until she moved out this summer. She's 21. And she got her own apartment and stuff out on her own. So exciting. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to miss you so much. While I was hiding a tape measure behind my back because I was like eyeballing the room trying to decide where I could put everything. So yeah, I've got one small rack set up in there, but then I've just got stuff sitting around. So I got to get the other rack set up and move. So I've got like 3 tanks that I've got ready to put on it. And then I'm going to get a 40 breeder as soon as I get it set up. Maybe 2 40 breeders. So she came to visit and walked in there and she was like, wow, Mom. I was like, well, she said, I figured you'd have it like for a spare bedroom for company. And I'm like, no. I used to like beanbag chairs, but you know, I'm 64 years old and I would need somebody to help me out of the beanbag chair. Yeah, I think when I set up the shelves, I think I can do 2 40 breeders and then do some. I've got a 29 that needs a home and a 20 and then the 20-gallon that the axolotl's in and another 10-gallon that are just kind of sitting on floor space in there that I need to get up on the shelf. But I think I could like space the shelf instead of going high with it, like make it into 2 shelves and put a 40 breeder on the bottom of each and then 10s and 20s and 29s up on the top shelves. And I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Because I like the 40 breeders, and that'll give me a chance to get 2 more 40 breeders in there. Tanks busting. 31, that's more than me, Chubby Guppy. I've got 24 running and an empty one sitting there that I'm trying to decide what I want to put in it. And plans to get at least 1 40 breeder and maybe 2 40 breeders. Yeah, when my daughters came to visit, there was room in the spare bedroom in between fish tanks to set up to blow up an air mattress, and one daughter slept in there, and the other daughter I put another air mattress on the living room floor, and it worked just fine. So, you know, hey, just because I've got a couple neighbor kids that are like in their 20s, and they call me the crazy fish lady. Because the crazy cat lady title's already taken by a lady down the street. So I'm the crazy fish lady. Uh-oh, Jeff Rose is going to get Kevin. Oh, 30 gallons of water on the carpet. I've had a couple spills. But not that big. But I've had the kitchen floor be a mess a couple times because I've got 2 water pumps and 2 buckets. And I siphon into a bucket, and I've got 75 feet of hose that goes to the kitchen sink. So I siphon, the dirty water into the kitchen sink, siphon into the bucket, turn the pump on, pump it out into the sink as I'm going. And then when I refill, I've got a clean bucket there that I put the water in and the conditioner and everything. And I've got another pump in it, pump it back into the tanks, the clean water. But my cat played with the hose a couple times when I was cleaning tanks in the other room and pulled the hose out of the sink. But I got some clamps, and now I clamp the hose to the faucet and have it going down into the drain. So, yeah, but there's been a couple times that I've had like major water on the kitchen floor. Gravel in the garbage disposal is not a good thing. It's probably just as well I don't have a gravel garbage disposal. All my neighbors know me as that too, except not a lady. I hope not, Joel. I have never pictured you as being much of a lady. But then face it, I'm not really that much of a lady either, so there you go. Okay, guys, so what else should I talk about? Get lost between the tank and the bucket filling? Oh, for the gravel, you keep a big screwdriver? What type of shrimp do I have? I got some, started out as Blue Dreams, and they were not real good quality. So now I've got all different colors of shrimp. They're Neocaradinas. I'm going to, I want to empty out the one tank that's a shrimp-only tank. I want to catch everything out of there and get some of Lucas's Blue Dreams in there. What's Pam's day job? I work at a convenience store, gas station convenience store right by the college. So nothing too exciting. It was supposed to be, I did nothing but my art for like 9 years. But it was kind of hard because if I didn't sell anything for a while, I'd get behind on the bills, and then I'd sell something and catch up. It was kind of stressing me. So I decided that it would be a good idea to get a day job, like just a part-time job. So, just kind of, so I had steady income to pay the bills, and then the art could be extra. So I got a job. First, I got a job at the grocery store at King Soopers. And what was supposed to be a part-time job ended up being 56 hours a week, 58 hours a week, plus 2 hours a day drive time. So, and then I transferred to this convenience store because I was tired of driving into Cheyenne in the wintertime because it's really, really a bad drive. Really a bad drive over the mountain. And anyway, so I'm working like 4 days a week now, and I'm kind of thinking I want to quit and just go back to my art. Okay, so what did I miss here? Do you have turtle tanks, and how many? I have a 100-gallon tub with 2 turtles in it that I have. They're red-eared sliders, and I've had them for 12 years. I have been a waitress before, Jesse, and I worked at Starbucks before too. And where's my favorite place to visit in Wyoming? Yellowstone National Park, without a doubt. It's my happy place. Do I have any catfish? I have some dwarf anchor cats and, of course, a lot of different kinds of cories. I should set up a website, but I'm not real computer literate, so I'm not sure if I could or not. I should try. And what other questions did I miss? Do I have turtle tanks? Yes. And oh yeah, the Farloellas. I forgot about them. I'm actually I've got a bunch of baby Farloellas, different sizes. Do you do commission pieces? I used to do almost nothing but commission pieces, but I prefer to do whatever I want to do instead, because commission pieces can turn into kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, pain in the, you know what I mean. I just told you, Jesse, what I want to own next. I want those pipefish, and I want some half beaks, and I don't know. Dan's getting in some really cool fish. I'm going to have to look them over. It's kind of always a struggle to buy them because I don't have a lot of money, but oh no, I said a bad word. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can ban me. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want those Indian royal pipefish really bad. And I want one or two mud skippers. And I want half beaks. I want to get some of them. I know they're hard to get. They're hard to find. And I don't want just any pipefish. I want those Indian ones that are like when they spread out, they're like stripes of colors. They're so awesome looking. If you wanted a painting of a cat riding a bicycle, wearing a top hat, I would not be the person. This is why I don't like to do commissions, because of just stuff like that. I would totally let you hook me up with a couple mud skippers, Jesse. In fact, I've got a 20-gallon tank that I've been trying to decide what to do with. Actually, I'd want to get a 20 long for them, though, I think. Yeah, those pipefish are just awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hi, Cove. So, yeah. There's a lot of fish I want. And then every time I look at what Dan's bringing in, I'm like, I want that one. I want that one. Because I'm kind of, my first fish tank that I ever bought, I was like 13. So that was like 50 years ago. And I've had a lot of different kinds of fish. But back then, there wasn't as much variety. So I kind of don't want to get the same things. I want different stuff that I haven't had before. So I like the unusual fish that I haven't ever kept before. So I'm not really into like neons. I've got some Ember Tetras, but the only reason I got them is because the draped fin barbs were so skittish. I got Ember Tetras to put in with them as dither fish, and it worked real well. Oh, yeah, that catfish that Dan brought in is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hi, Post Media CM channel. I know those mud skippers are so dang cute. Every time I see like video of one, I'm like, oh, I want that so bad. Oh, that's just nasty, Kevin. But yeah, I think if I got a mud skipper, I got a couple tanks I could put it in, but I think I'm thinking like a 20 long would be a real good setup for permanent for them. Yeah, those sword tails are really cool too. The ghostly redwood forests in Yellowstone that are petrified. There's a great big petrified tree that I've gone and looked at a couple times, mostly because in Yellowstone Park, I kind of avoid the tourist places, like, because I've seen it all. So what I'm doing is looking for wildlife. But close to the petrified tree, there's a little draw canyon, and there's always a lot of black bears in there. So I stop by there to look for bears, especially in the spring, to see if they have any babies. It's a good place to look for bears in that area. But I don't go to like the well, no, I do go to the hot springs. I don't go to the boiling mud pots and all that stuff anymore, because unless I'm taking somebody to show them the park, because mostly I'm just looking for wildlife. When I go there, just like buffalo in the snow, buffalo crossing the river, wolves, all that stuff. Oh, yeah, Kevin, but there's no sense worrying about it. Yellowstone is nothing but a giant volcano. But it's one of those things that's out of your control, so there's no sense worrying about it. But I love going to Yellowstone. I love going to Yellowstone. But yeah, I always look in the wintertime, I always look for the big old bull buffalo with snow all over them and stuff. It's cool. Yeah, I was sorry to hear about that, Phoenix. I'm sorry you lost your grandma. But I would say she probably lived a pretty full life if she got to be that age. So you should be celebrating the fact that she lived a nice life. But I'm sure you will miss her. I have I've done wolves before, Benjamin, but every time I do a drawing of a wolf, every wolf that I've ever drawn has sold just immediately. Like as soon as I post it, it's gone. I should do more of them, but I like to do different stuff too. Oh, I'm at 61 minutes. I should probably call it good so you guys can go about your night. I made a full hour stream with sound. Well, part of it didn't have sound, though. I don't know how much of it was wasted with no sound. And I still don't know what the difference was because all I did was just do everything over again that I did. I am thinking, actually, I've got quite a few drawings I've done of wolves. I'm thinking in the next week or so about putting together a calendar with wildlife and probably it would have some wolves in it. But I don't know. I did a bear calendar one time and they sold out really, really fast. But that's quite a bit of money up front to make it in the first place. So I'm still kind of debating about it. Well, I could stay on a little bit longer as long as people are still talking and enjoying it. I just don't want to bore everybody. And also, you guys will probably yell at me, but I smoke and I'm going to need a cigarette before too long. And if I light up a cigarette with the camera on me, I'm sure I'm going to catch all kinds of shit. Right? Right? Yeah. Okay, I'll hang on for just a little bit longer. Then I got a few tanks I got to clean yet tonight before I go to bed. But then I usually don't go to bed until 3 or 4, so I got time. Yeah, but do you smoke on camera? I guess I have seen you smoking a cigar. So, get the ciggies out. I'm out for a cigar. I've got a vape thing too, but I really actually prefer the cigarettes. And I like pack my own cigarettes. I buy the tubes and the tobacco and stuff, and I pack my own. So don't yell at me about how much they cost me because it cost me $30 for 3 cartons of cigarettes, which lasts me about a month. So $30 a month. And I don't drink and I don't party, don't do drugs. So yeah, I smoke. I don't really like vaping. It's like I bought a vape pen, but they're saying now that it's actually worse for you than cigarettes because of the heavy metals that you're inhaling and the aerosols and all that stuff. But yeah, we all have our things. My thing is smoking. My kids chew me out about it all the time and they're like, "It's going to kill you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? You're going to die too. Everybody dies. That's just one of those things." You've had a big old day. Oh, you've had, oh yeah, you chew, huh? 400 plus videos. Yeah, but people don't see it though because of your beard. It's like your beard covers up the fact that your cheeks out like that. Yeah, rolling your own is really, it's so much cheaper, and I think it's better for you because it doesn't have as much additives as buying packs of cigarettes. Yeah, I, you know, like I said, it costs me cigarettes right now here. I think we're one of the cheaper places. And right now, with the tax, like a pack of Marlboros is like $6.37. And I can make 3 cartons of cigarettes for $30. So, yeah. Yeah, they're starting to say that the vapes are dangerous. But like I said, because you're inhaling heavy metals and the aerosols and flavors and stuff. So it's not that good. So I don't think it's that good of a, like if you're say, well, I quit smoking, but I vape, but I don't think you're helping yourself a bit. $10 a pack in Cali, yeah, I've heard that. And when I lived on Cape Cod, which was like I'd say I left there like in 2009, and back then cigarettes were $8 a pack. So I can't even imagine what they are now. You just keep fish. That's a bad habit too, Candy. That's a real bad habit. And I'm not going to say anything about that, Reels. But it's just what I do. It's what I do. I keep fish too, which is a really expensive habit. I adopt secrets. Yeah, it's getting to be where it's legal in a lot of places now, so. Yeah, you can get crackle lung on vaping, which is the lesser of the two vices. I don't think it really matters. I mean, whatever you do, like, I have a friend that doesn't smoke cigarettes, but he smokes pot, and he got throat cancer. So there you go. Well, that's good, Kevin. I like my cigarettes. I enjoy smoking. It's like people say, oh, I try to quit. I haven't tried to quit because it's just what I like to do. It's my relaxation, coffee and cigarettes. Don't ever ask me to quit drinking coffee. It would not be a pretty sight. Yeah, that would be a hard way to go. I don't really cough that much yet, so I don't know. I'm 64, 63, almost 64. And I started smoking probably when I was like 25. That's it, Curly Bunny, because it's like no matter how I mean, I could quit smoking and get run over by a car tomorrow. So, it's like, it's just the way it is. You're going to go one way or another. The one thing you got to admit with the smoking, I'm sure it contributes to it, is like I can't walk a long ways without running out of breath. But then part of that too is the fact that I'm 7,000 feet above sea level here. So, yeah. And I'm sure the smoking doesn't help with that. No playing in traffic. Oh, dang, you ruined my fun again. Am I working on any new art projects? I have a bear drawing that I'm about halfway done with that I'm hoping that I have time to work on this weekend and maybe get it finished. And I'm sure when I do bears, they're another thing that sells really fast. So it'll probably sell as soon as I put it out there on the internet. Yeah, it is a thinner air. I mean, 7,000 feet up is pretty high up. And yeah, the air is really thin. So my smoking doesn't help. But even if I didn't smoke, I'm sure I couldn't go for long hikes out here. You want to see the bear drawing? I'm not going to show it halfway done. But if I get it done this weekend, I should probably figure out a day to do a once a day live stream. That you guys can help me with that. Wednesday, I have Wednesday off, but Wednesdays are usually really full of live streams. And then I have Friday and Saturday off, which is why I did Saturday. Fridays, I think there's a lot of live streams too. And I did Saturday thinking, if I went before Jeffro, are you still here? I was thinking if I went an hour before Jeffro, I'd be pretty safe. But then Jeffro went early. So I don't know what day do you guys think? Yeah, Wednesdays there's a lot of streams on Wednesdays. And if I did it like on Saturday, I could do it like before Jeffro. Go at the same time as Jeff? No. I think he must have left or he would say something. Keeping fish is an art. Yes, it is. Right, the Wednesdays. There's like, normally though we got Corvus going and L.R. Bretts will sneak in there somewhere. And Dan and Friday Fish Facts. So like my only chance on Wednesdays if I do it real late like I am now. There's Jeffro. Did you hear what I said, Jeffro? I was trying to decide what day would be the best if I did one live stream a week. And I figured like an hour before you was safe, but no, it wasn't safe. That was funny. What? What? Am I still talking to myself? Yeah, look at the hair coming off of you. Buddy is shedding so bad right now. It's driving me nuts. I already fed. You got some dinner over there. Go eat your dinner. Go eat your dinner. But yeah, German Shepherds shed twice a year. Most dogs shed once a year. But German Shepherds shed their summer coat, grow in the winter coat. Plus they shed in the spring. Give me dinner? No. Oh, you mean Buddy? I already gave him dinner. Come here. Why do you have so much hair coming off of you? Look at this. Ugh. Ugh. Look at that. Hair coming off of him. Hi, Dyla. Let me see. We can point the camera at Buddy because he's better to look at. Get the camera set on you. There's the Buddy. Can you say hi, Buddy? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? That's true, Kevin. Very true. Hair is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, yeah. He's like in full shed right now. It's like you can just reach and just grab handfuls of hair off of him. And he thinks he's got to sleep in my bed at night. So, like, I'll climb into bed and pull the blankets up and take a deep breath and start choking on dog hair. So I have to wash my blankets like a couple times a week if I'm going to breathe. You didn't eat all your cookie. Are you going to eat the rest of your cookie? Hmm? Are you going to eat your cookie? How was your birthday, Dyla? I know he totally thinks I'm nuts. He's like looking at me talking like, oh my God. Cool. I'll have to watch it after the stream. I'll go watch it. Now, if he could hear you guys talking, he would totally be staring at the screen. Oh, hi, Lucas. Hi, Haley. I know. It took a while to figure it out, and I'm not sure why it wasn't working the first time, but I think I got it now. What was pathetic? Am I pathetic? £70-pound Siberian Husky, and Mia, who's 120 pounds. Whoa, that's a big dog. Buddy, when I took him to the vet to update his shots, I was kind of surprised because I didn't think he was that big. I figured he'd be about 75 pounds, but he weighed, I think it was like 94 pounds. So he's bigger than he looks. I am way jealous of her job, Soggy Pits. I mean, like, way jealous. Way jealous. Especially when I see her, like, pulling plants out and taking them home with possibly eggs on them. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I've actually gotten fish on plants, eggs on plants before. Like, I ordered some hair grass, and I just dropped it in an empty tank to kind of hold it till I had time to do something with it. And I ended up with 5 Corys hatching out of the eggs on the grass. So that was cool. Free fish. Oh, you can come over and help me finish mine, Oddball. I only have I think I got 10 done today, but I've got another 15 to do. I won't get them all done today. I'll do like a couple more after the stream, and then finish them up Friday when I have Friday off. You're off the clock? Well, yeah, but it's fun. You could come over and do mine for the fun of it. I've only got like 15 or so to do. I got 10 of them done today. Oh, that's a rug. It's just a patchwork rug. I've got like throw rugs all over because I like color. You can probably see looking at my cabinets and stuff. I like color. Oh, you got soaked. Oh, no. Oh, Kevin, that's just nasty. This is why I did not make you a moderator. Because people need to be able to control you. Yeah, see, that's why. Oh no, 300 seconds. Yeah, someone needs to moderate him. It isn't, you just kind of get into a routine. It's like, I should have done all my tanks today, but if I don't get them all on Wednesday, then my next day off is Friday, and I finish them up then. So, and if I was hauling buckets, I couldn't do it because I'm too damn old for that. But I've got a pump set up and pump it into the sink, so I don't have to haul buckets. Hi, Merritt. Is that how you pronounce that, Merritt? Oh, good night, Isla. I missed saying you good night to you. Kevin got timed out. Poor Kevin. Okay, I gotta do one puff of a vape because I want a cigarette. I'm gonna do this. Oh no, that shit makes me cough. Okay, what's going on now? The why is very important. I missed something. Yeah. Smoke them if you got them. I got a cigarette sitting here too, which I'd rather have, but I'm being good. I'm being good. Mostly because I don't want people lecturing me. I don't know why people the worst lecturers are ex-smokers. Oh my God. But, it's like, leave me alone. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not drinking. I'm not hurting anybody else. Leave me alone. But yeah, ex-smokers, oh my goodness. Yeah, but I'm still not comfortable. So I will wait. I wait at work. I go hours at work without smoking, so I can do it. Do you, Haley? Well, shame on you. Ex-smokers are quitters. Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, it can be done, and I could quit, but I don't want to quit. So I think if you're going to quit, you have to want to quit. And I don't particularly want to quit. That's right. We're big girls. We do what we want. Yeah, exactly. It's like people stare at you and stuff, Curly. It's like, ah. And I've learned, and it's not like if I go visit somebody or something, I'm not going to smoke in someone else's house, even if they tell me I can. If they don't smoke, if they're not smokers, I'm not going to smoke in their house and all that stuff. But yeah, I smoke. Hi, Daryl. Joel. Hi. Oh, you've been here, Joel. I remember. Night, Dan. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, somebody needs to ask me a question or something or say something. The smoke doesn't actually go through the screen? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, it didn't used to be that big of a thing to smoke, and a lot of people smoked, and now it's like, God forbid, in Denver, you cannot smoke standing out on the sidewalk in public. You cannot smoke. That's just totally ridiculous. Daniels, I've got Daniels right now. I've got those Chopre Daniels, the glow light Daniels. Can you imagine how much coffee and tobacco? Yeah, that's right. We would just light them up and drink the coffee. Can you show me how you light a cigarette? No. But I do have one. See, I told you I roll my own. See, they don't look quite the same. See the end of it where I kind of pinch it. But yeah. Oh, hi, Lucas. That's it, Curly. You do feel like an outcast. It's kind of ridiculous. Who drinks the most coffee in the fish keeping community on YouTube? I bet I do. I drink coffee all day long. Hi, Priscilla. Smoking is bad for me, but it makes me look cool. Yeah, right. They used to take like packs of cigarettes. Remember years and years ago, Frank, when they'd roll the cigarettes up on their shirt, t-shirt sleeve, put a pack of cigarettes and roll their sleeve up around it. I think that was like back in the 50s, which is even past my time. 4 pots a day. I probably don't drink 4 pots a day. I could, but of course I do the French press, which just makes 2 cups at a time. I probably have 8 to 10 cups at least every day, sometimes more. 24 cups a day. No wonder you never sleep, Jeremy. You still roll your cigarettes up in your sleeve, Frank. That's funny. Okay, ask me a question about the bear sanctuary. Waiting for the bunny to type out the question. Yeah, it does seem to be doing good. What is the bear sanctuary? The bear sanctuary, I used to volunteer at a grizzly bear sanctuary, and they had 6 rescued, they still have them, 6 rescued grizzly bears. What do I feed my fish? A whole variety of stuff, including tropical granules. That's funny. The bear sanctuary is halfway between Livingston, Montana, and Bozeman, Montana. And I used to live in Livingston, and I volunteered at the bear sanctuary, which I loved. I loved the bears. They were really cool. They all have they're very intelligent animals. It's halfway between Livingston, Montana, and Bozeman, Montana. Granules Rock, yep. But yeah, they had, hi Maxwell. You couldn't really hug them, but Brutus was pretty friendly. Brutus, and they're really smart animals. They have the intelligence of about the average 7-year-old human child is about how intelligent most bears are. And they're curious, and they like to play. And yeah, I don't know, KG. I never really paid attention. What did I miss? Bob said something and I missed it. And hi, Maxwell. But anyway, this place said all the bears were rescued. Brutus was the first one that they got. And I don't know if you know, oh God, my brain is not working. Doggone it. I've got him on my phone too, because he texts me once in a while. The guy that stars in some of the wildlife shows, Wild America and a couple other ones. Anyway, he got Brutus as a baby. They raised him in the house. And then they built the bear sanctuary and decided to rescue other bears. And the first ones that they got was Sheena and Sheena's sister, Cindy. I think her name was Cindy. I never saw Cindy. She died before I started working there. But anyway, they got these 2 grizzly bears that were going to be destroyed because a guy had them in Texas, and he kept them in a 6-foot dog kennel, a dog pen. 2 grizzly bears. And they were like 6 years old, and he had them in this little 6-foot pen. So they rescued them. And Sheena, I love Sheena. She's like 23 years old now, which is pretty old for a grizzly bear. And she absolutely does not like people. I mean, she just does not like people, and I don't blame her, and I absolutely love her. And the other one, her sister died after like a year and a half. She got leukemia, and she died. And then they have 2 more that they rescued, which is Jakey and my brain's not working, and a sister, and I can't remember her name right now. But they were, this guy had bought them to use them in a circus, and then the trainer like backed out of the deal, so he just had them like in a pen in the backyard, and the Fish and Game Department found them, and they were going to be destroyed, and they put up pins for those 2 bears in like 5 days. They built a whole new section onto the sanctuary for them and rescued them. So it's really an awesome place. It's an awesome place. The bears are smart, and they're fun to watch, and they each have their own personality. I could probably know if Priscilla said she'll do it, KG. But if you go look at my art on Facebook, at my art page, most of the bear drawings that you'll see in there, I could tell you which one's which, but most of them are going to be one of the bears from the bear sanctuary. And that must have been totally boring for everybody. And they want to eat your head. No, actually, Sheena's the only one that I would not want to be in a pen with Sheena, because she would tear you up, because she does not like people. But then think about how she was treated. She lived 8 years in a 6-foot pen with her sister. Probably Brutus is my favorite. Brutus was, like I say, he was raised in a house, and he's been in movies and commercials, and he's semi-famous, and yeah. And he's really funny because Casey Anderson, yeah, that's who raised Brutus. I have him on my phone and stuff, and I don't know why I brain farted on his name. But anyway, yeah, Casey raised him. But Brutus is pretty cool. Brutus is a movie star, and he knows it. And he shows off, and he knows what a camera is, and he likes it. And he sees you pointing a camera at him, and he will pose. He's just really cool. Yeah, I don't know why I brain farted on that candy. I mean, it's like, good grief. I haven't done any fishes yet, but I might be doing some. Mostly because somebody asked me to do like a painting for them of their tank, and I'm probably going to end up doing that here before too long. Did you film a video there at the bear place? No, I never have. I didn't even have like YouTube or anything when I worked there, so. A wascally wabbit. But yeah, the bear place was pretty cool. So between the bear place and then I'd head over to Yellowstone all the time too. It's like I have a ton of reference photos for wildlife. All kinds of wildlife. But yeah, the bears are pretty cool, and like Brutus recognized my name because I was there all the time, you know. And I'd talk to him, and he'd cock his head and look at me, so it was pretty cool. So, you guys think I should keep doing this like late Wednesday night, or do you think I should change my time, or what do you guys think? How old are you, Benjamin? I am just flat old. How old are you? I am 64. Well, I'm not 64. I'm 63, going to be 64 this spring. So I'm just getting used to saying it now, you know? Okay, so that's fine. So I don't have any idea what time it is like in New Zealand and stuff, but It's late for, like, right now it's 12:06 here, so it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning if you start heading east. So I don't know. I'm like fine wine. I'm old, Kevin. I admit it. I am getting old. But I don't feel old yet, but I'm looking old. I know Priscilla's not old enough to get a Bugs Bunny reference. That's kind of sad. See, 1 a.m.? Yeah, see, it's late for you, but I usually don't go to bed till like 2 or 3, sometimes 4. I think last night I went to bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's right. Priscilla didn't grow up here. I almost forgot about that. 11 p.m. in California. Yeah, it's still early. 11 p.m. is early. 2 a.m. Yeah, so you'd be further east. East Coast. There was no... How could you grow up without Bugs Bunny? Oh my gosh. He's a machine. You guys are so funny. Hawaii would be nice to go. You know where I'd really like to go visit someday is Australia. I would love to go to the outback and see all the different animals. But I probably will never make it that far away. But I've lived in a lot of different places. Yeah, I would love to go to Australia, Maxwell. I would love to. But the money, you know. As far as the U.S. goes, I've lived a lot of different places. I grew up in Oregon. And I've lived in Oregon and Washington. I lived in California for 4 years and worked at Disneyland. Then I moved to Texas. New Zealand would be pretty too. It looks like that's just beautiful. And then I moved to the East Coast. I moved to Cape Cod. And I lived on Cape Cod for about 5 years. And then Montana, a couple different places in Montana. And then Colorado really briefly. And then I moved here to Wyoming. Age is a number. That's very true, Curly, but in my case, it's a very big number. Yeah, New Zealand would be really pretty to go see that, too. Oh, my gosh. Look out, Kevin. New Zealand does look really pretty. But Australia, yeah, Australia would be so fun to go see. I would probably have painting ideas for millions of paintings if I ever went to Australia. Tahiti? I don't know. Hawaii looks like it's really beautiful, but I've never had a great desire to go there. I'd rather go to Australia, or New Zealand would be second on my list, definitely. Yeah, New Zealand is beautiful. Oh, and you've never been to Australia, Joel? You need to go there. The Philippines would be cool too. I had my older brother married a Filipino gal, and everybody, like my mom and niece and my sister-in-law, when she went back there for a visit, they all went, and she wanted me to go. And I really regret that I couldn't. But at the time that they went, I was like 9 months pregnant with my oldest daughter, so I didn't get to go. And they didn't go again. So, but the Philippines would be really neat to visit too. Well, I think it's all the different animals that they have that I've never seen before, Curly. It's like I really would like to go there and see the outback. And I know they have lots of animals that are deadly, but I still want to see everything. Des Moines. Boise. You need to go to Boise, Jeffro. The bugs are big in Australia. The bugs are big like in Alaska and stuff too. But they have all kinds of bugs that are like lethal if they bite you. But I still want to go. Yeah, Jeffro thought that I lived in Boise. Yeah. Boise is not nice. Boise is flat and ugly. So I don't see how you can say that Boise is nice. Boise is not nice. I would not want to live there. I didn't know that, Joel. I'll have to look at the map. My geography is not the greatest. Yeah, he should visit Fort Collins and he could come up here and say hi too. I've got room on my floor. We could get an air mattress. You could sleep on the floor. Of course, you'd have to kick Buddy off your bed. There's the Buddy. He's sleeping. There's the Buddy. Larry, me, Wyoming. He would probably, if he decided he was going to come here to visit, he would probably Jeffro it up and end up at Jackson Hole or something, God knows where. Yeah, Jesse, they kind of sound the same to me a lot too. Yes, you would, Jeffro. You'd probably, I don't know where you'd end up, but it wouldn't be Laramie. Okay, I can't stand it. I'm going to have a cigarette, guys. So don't make me feel too self-conscious, okay? Because it's been, oh my God, it's been like 2 hours since I had a cigarette. More than 2 hours. What kind of fish do I have? Oh my God, I got too many fish. Okay. I'll have you look up Buddy. Okay, that's good. You can have one with me. And yes, I smoke in my house in the wintertime. But you know what the fun fact about that is? It's my house. I know you can still see me. Yeah. Oh my God, Kevin. That is a real legitimate threat. All right, Curly, yay. I know. So I coughed a little bit when I first lit it up. No, wait. I'm fine. No, these are not green cigarettes. I know, it's been 2 hours. Of course, the first part of the stream, I had no sound for, 15, 20 minutes, something like that, while I was trying to figure it out. And I really still don't know what happened. I just, turned it off and restarted everything, and then it worked. I know, I would love to do some traveling. I know you have organic cigarettes down there, Priscilla. But actually, I did that when I was 18, 19. It's I used to make brownies too. Shh, don't tell anybody. That was a long time ago, though. Nobody better be staring at me smoking. Night, Zoggy Pets. What do you guys think? Should I go ahead and call it a night yet? Yeah, the restart did something, but I had to totally turn the stream off, and as soon as I restarted it said installing the microphone, and then it was fine. So I don't know, but I tested it 10 minutes before I went online. I did a private stream and just did the testing 1, 2, 3, and it was fine. So I don't know why it didn't work at first. Yeah, it's 12:18 here, so it's still another 3 hours before I even think about going to bed. That was a bad idea, yes. Yeah, I remember the brownies. They used to be real popular when I was 19, 20 years old in the late 60s and early 70s. I used to make brownies. The problem with brownies, though, is you eat the brownies and then you get the munchies and you look around and what is there to munch on? Brownies! Yay! And then, after a while, you're deeply engrossed in your shoelaces. Not that I know any of this stuff. I'm totally innocent. Good night, Chubby Guppy. Thanks for coming. Kevin, how do you come up with this stuff? What is a GOA party? That's why you have it. I never thought of that. That's a good idea, Real. If I was still into that, the fish tanks would be great. You could just sit and totally stare at them for hours. Gonna surprise them, yay! I gotta work tomorrow. It kind of sucks because I used to have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off. And now I have Wednesday and Friday and Saturday off. So I have to work tomorrow, and I always hate working that Thursday because it interrupts my days off. But I am seriously trying to get my ducks in a row and get everything caught up and get things set up. And I think I'm going to go back to doing my art full time. Because I can actually, I can make more money doing my art than I'm making at the gas station. But the problem is that there'll be sometimes a month or so when I don't sell anything, and then it gets kind of bad. But I did it for 9 years and I raised my youngest daughter. So if I did it again, the one advantage I'd have is just me. So if I have top ramen for dinner, it's only me that I'm worried about. So, it would be easier in that respect. But it's still, I think about going back to it. It's like, I don't know. I just don't know. But then I really miss being able to work on my art all the time. Draw wolves and fish. Oh, that would work. I should do another wolf. Like I say, every time I've done a wolf, they have sold so fast. In fact, the one wolf that I did, I finished the drawing and I have like an email list of people that I send out my new stuff to. And 2 people got in a fight over this drawing, over which one was the first one that said they wanted it. And this was like 2 minutes after I sent it out. So don't you love your job punching? No. Working at the gas station convenience store, there are a lot of really dumb people in this world. And they all go to the convenience store. And it's right by the college, so I get kids all the time. Which I don't mind the kids. It's just like, oh my God, some of them drive me nuts. I get along with everybody, but yeah. You go to the convenience store, yeah. A lot of people, I got a lot of regulars that I enjoy talking to when they come in and stuff, but then you get people like, we got the gas pumps. We only have 2 gas pumps. It's a small one. And when you go to pump gas, you've got to pay first. You got to like slide your card or whatever before you start pumping the gas. Well, if you take the nozzle out, it won't work. You've got to leave the nozzle in place, swipe your card, and then pull the nozzle out when you're done setting it up. Well, if you take the nozzle out and put it in, it comes with, there's a reader board on the gas pump, and it says, please replace the nozzle. I have had 5 people now come in the store and tell me that the gas pump is telling them that I need to go out there and put a new nozzle on it. Seriously. They see the message saying, please replace the nozzle, and they think that I need to go out there and put a new nozzle on the tank. Which I always have to like suck in my breath so I don't start laughing at them. So yeah, this is what I put up with. So I'd kind of like to go back to my art. Would be good. Yeah, God help us all. Yeah. Uh-oh. You guys fell off the computer. Oh, show my dirty table. Only 5? Yeah, that's all that's done it. But it's hilarious when it happens. I just shake my head like, oh, God. I know the eye roll. I know sometimes I eye roll. I try not to. And I don't call him a dumbass. The last one that was this guy, and he comes in and the pump will start beeping at me, like on the computer, it'll start beeping and turn yellow when someone's trying to like pump before they pay. So I'm listening to it beep and beep and beep and beep. And this guy comes in and he was like super impatient and mad at me and wanted me to go out there immediately and replace that nozzle. Yeah. Yeah, that's me too, Candy. I'm bad at eye rolling. Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think? It's been like over 2 hours. I have no filter a lot of times. When I'm like on the computer, it's like my fingers fly because I used to be a secretary years ago. So I type fast and my fingers will fly and hit the send. And I'm like, and then my brain catches up and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just say? Mhm. Not another hour, no. I'll go just like, let me see, what time is it? It's 12:27. I'll do another 15. I'll go till a quarter till. Quarter till would be good. Another 15 minutes. I can't, how many people did we got watching? 23? Yeah, it's getting late for everybody. Thankfully, you type slowly. Yeah, I don't. It's like my fingers are just like, and then I'm like, oh no. Why did I say that? Where did Jeffy go? He probably went to bed because it's getting pretty late. Or early. It's early to Oslo. Where's Oslo? I know, huh, Jesse? It's like you never know what's going to pop out of Kevin's mouth either. He fell asleep while his tanks were filling. Let's hope not. Or washing his beard, yeah. So I'm running out of talking things. So you guys got to come up with a subject. Some beard conditioner. Hey, yeah, that would work. Go to the Dollar Tree. I haven't been to a Dollar. There's one in town here, but I haven't ever been to it. I should go. If I go back to doing my art full time, I'm going to have to definitely do that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to turn frugal. The thing is, when I'm doing my art, it's like I'll sell a painting for $3,000 and like catch up with everything, get ahead on some bills, but then I could go like 2 months without selling anything. So you just kind of have to live a little bit different. A random color change after water change? What kind of color change? Like getting lighter or darker, or I know like a lot of times they'll lose black if they're black. Goldfish will change color quite a bit, but I don't know about after a water change. That would be the idea, huh, Candy, to sell before I quit my day job. Or I'm thinking that I could ask the manager to cut me down to 3 days a week instead of 4 and just kind of give myself a little bit more time to draw. And then if it went real well, then slowly, like quit it totally. Oh my gosh, if there's blizzards and snowstorms in both Wyoming and Montana, because I lived in Montana for quite a few years, nothing shuts down. There is no such thing as a snow day at school. I have driven my youngest daughter to school in Montana in the middle of snowstorms. I've been driving down Main Street and had people pass me on cross country skis. And then there was one morning we got up and it was minus 50 degrees. And when she got to school, the janitor had to stand at the door because it was an electronic door, and he had to manually pull it open and shut it because it wouldn't work because it was too cold, because it was freaking minus 50 degrees, and they still had school. I lived in Livingston for 5 or 6 years, and there was never once did they cancel because of snow. Not once. A Blackmore, they can turn silver or orange. It'll start like on their belly and kind of work up as they go older. Yeah, I bet Norway's like that too. But yeah, they never have snow days in Montana or in Wyoming. They just don't. It's like there was like 2 weeks straight where it never, like, it would get down to 40 below at night and 25 below during the day, and they never canceled school. And like I say, literally, I drove to pick her up in the middle of blizzards before. Yeah, 50 below zero, everything stays the same. They don't even like call like a 2-hour delay or anything up there for 50 below. It's just, it is what it is. You go to school. He's turning orange, yeah. A lot of times they'll turn orange as they get older. If you get like really, really that's what they strive for in the breeding with Blackmores, is to get ones that are solid black and don't change. But most of them that you get as they get older, they'll start like on their underbelly, and the orange will just start slowly creeping up. I had one that was quite old, and it ended up being like totally orange except for its eyes were black and the dorsal fin was black, and everything else it turned orange. What is the best frozen food for goldfish fry? I am not sure about frozen food. They do well like on mosquito larvae and stuff when they're a little bit bigger. And you can also make like a egg yolk with garlic in it. Like you take and you steam it in a little cup inside the pan. And you put egg yolk and a little bit of like ground up garlic, and then you steam it until it's kind of solid. And then it just kind of falls apart in the water for the babies, and that works real well too. But goldfish fry do excellent on live foods for, like microworms are probably a little bit too fatty for them to have very often, but you could do microworms once in a while. And baby brine shrimp, they do really good on. Mosquito larvae, they do really good on. Yeah, it looks kind of neat when they're changing colors. What happened? Yeah, she did Solid Gold Aquatics. I really enjoyed watching her, but she doesn't put out anything very often anymore. Problems? What problems? Yeah, it all depends on like where you live with how much snow you get in the wintertime, I guess, because Montana and Wyoming is totally used to snow. But like when I lived in California, it snowed on the Grapevine which is a big hill dropping down into LA. And they had like a quarter of an inch of snow, and they closed the freeway. For a quarter inch of snow, they closed the freeway. But then Southern California, you don't see snow very often, so. Do I breed goldfish? I am like, when my pearl scales get old enough to where they start breeding, I am going to try to raise some of the pearl scales, so that would be cool. Candy lives in Montana, in Billings. My son lives in Billings. Oh, I was going to send my son to let him know that you were starting a club, and I forgot. I'll have to try to remember to do that tonight. because Candy's trying to get a fish club going up there. Solid Gold, yeah, she ended up having some kind of like an unusual disease that totally wiped out all of her goldfish, and she sent them to sent a couple of them to get diagnosed to like a big place in Florida, and there just was nothing she could have done to save them. So I think that kind of discouraged her quite a bit because she lost all of them and had to start over again. So that was kind of sad. But yeah, I'm going to end up breeding my pearl scales that I'm raising up now. I did breed. I used to raise Arandas, and I did breed them, but that was like many, many years ago. Do you watch that, the pond guy, Jesse? Some of the ponds that they build on that, he's got like the YouTube channel, The Pond Guy, and they do like natural looking waterfalls and ponds, and it's like, I would love that so much. A great big, like a big waterfall going down to a pond, and then I'd have my fancy goldfish in the pond. That would just be awesome. You need to look him up as The Pond Guy. He puts out video almost every day with different ponds that they've built and stuff. It's really cool. But they do like pondless waterfalls and stuff too, but they're all like natural ponds where they build in the filter beds and stuff underneath of them, and they're all biological, take care of themselves and stuff, and Greg Whitstock. Yep, that's it. I love looking at the ponds. Pond, not Pong. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, you need to watch it, Jesse. Get all kinds of ideas of really, really, really awesome ponds and waterfalls. You have to, if you're going to have a pond, you need a waterfall too. Pong was a mistype. Yeah, koi would be cool, but I'd like a pond. I'd like a waterfall and a pond, and I love fancy goldfish. I would probably have like lion heads and Arandas and stuff. I even thought about, if I'd like won the lottery and moved back up to Montana, I'd get a pond and a waterfall, and then maybe put like a greenhouse around it to where I could have it all winter long. That would be just awesome. Yeah, exactly. A natural pond. That's what he does. You can swim with your goldies. Yep. Yeah, I like the lion heads too. They're so cute. I've actually never raised lion heads. I've had Arandas a lot. I used to have almost all Arandas, and I like them. But then, I had Arandas, and I'm thinking what else I had. I had some Ryukyns and Arandas, and then I found a pearl scale, and I have been in love with pearl scales ever since then. So when I started keeping fish again and decided I wanted at least one tank of goldfish, I decided I just had to get pearlies because they are so cute. Yeah, the Ranchus are really cool too. And the Ryukyns, with the really sharp, the ones that have the really sharp curve up to their back, those are really awesome looking. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. You have 250 Aranda babies. Oh. Yep, I can't wait till my pearl scales are big enough to where I can breed them, because I just think that'll be so much fun to raise them too. Mean Candy. Pandy. Everybody's got to start calling her Pandy. Candy's real name is Pandy with a P. Pandy. Yeah, I used to have Ryukins years and years ago. I had some Ryukins, and Arandas were mainly what I kept. I had so many tanks. Oh my gosh. Do you guys Pandy? Yeah, Pandy. Damn it. Do you guys want to hear about one of my worst days in fish keeping? Bambi. Okay, do you guys want to hear a story about one of the worst days in fish keeping when I had goldfish? Bye, Merritt. Okay, my oldest daughter was 16, and she wanted to have a birthday party for her 16th birthday. So I let her invite 16 girls over, right? 16-year-old girls. So we lived out in the country, and I set up a tent outside for them to sleep in. But I had the goldfish. I had lots of goldfish. I had lots of tanks. And somebody had given me a 100-gallon tank, but it was a homemade one. And I realized now it should have had like a brace across it, and it didn't. And if you filled it up too full, it would bow out. So I didn't fill it all the way up. I filled it about halfway up. Yeah, it was a disaster. So I had this tank. Well, the day of her birthday, there was a long line of trucks. I lived out in the country right by the highway, and there was a long line of trucks that went down the highway really slow, and they were testing for oil. And they had like these great big metal things that would hit the ground, and then they would record the vibrations, and this is how they were testing for oil. So it was like my house, it took them like 45 minutes to get past my house, and there was the steady, there was probably 20 trucks thumping the ground testing for oil, right? So you can probably imagine that it was not real good on that fish tank. And but I didn't, it seemed fine. The fish tank was just there. Well, the girls started arriving, and in a small town, and some of these girls, their parents were rich, and the mothers were dropping them off, and you could see them judging me, right? I mean, you could just see it. They were, yeah, meow, exactly. So I'm outside talking to some of the mothers dropping their kids off, and Jesse yells out the door at me that there was a problem with the fish tank. And I go running in there, and the front glass was bowing out and cracking while I was watching it. And it started with a little stream of water at the ends of these cracks, So I'm like holding the glass in place and yelling at Jesse to get me some buckets. And so I'm like hauling buckets of water out as fast as I can and throwing them out in the yard. And these parents are standing there with their arms crossed, judging me. They were judging me. And yeah. So that was fun. So yeah, the tank was broken. And the timing was just so wonderful. Jessie is, my oldest daughter's name is Jessica. I call her Jessie. The other fun thing that happened that night, though, so imagine we got 16-year-old girls in the house. And my ex-husband, he got home from work, and he didn't want to take a shower till the girls were out of the house. And I had a great big wall tent that I set up outside for him. So the girls, we fixed dinner and stuff, and then the girls went out to the tent with their sleeping bags and stuff. I know they should have helped, but nobody did. But the girls went outside, and they were all in the tent, and my ex-husband wanted to take his shower then, right? So I had like a clothesline out there by the tent, and the towels were on the clothesline. So I went to get him a towel, and it's dark. You got to imagine this. It's dark, and there's a big wall tent with girls with flashlights, 16 years old. There's 16 of them, right? And they're in this wall tent. As I'm walking by to get a towel, they're telling scary stories, like the urban legend stuff. And as I'm walking by, they were telling the story of the claw, right? So I just took my fingernails and I raked them down the side of the tent as I walked by. Yeah. And there was total silence for a second, then a whole bunch of screams and the scrambling of teenage girls to the other side of the tent. My daughter was so mad at me. But it was pretty funny. Oh, yeah. Good times. Yeah, they did. They all ran to the other side of the tent. It was evil. But the timing was perfect, you know? What can I say? My oldest daughter used to get mad at me every once in a while. She still is mad at me. She brings it up once in a while because when she was in kindergarten, the teacher told her to bring something for show and tell. And she wanted to take 2 of her stuffed animals, so I helped her pick out which 2 to take. And they were 2 that I had named. And one of them was a stuffed duck. And its name was Fup. Like Fup Duck. And then there was a big dragon named Urasus. And she still brings that up once in a while. She does not appreciate it. So what can I say? I was the evil mother. So yeah. She probably needs a psychiatrist from being raised by me. You'll let me name your next pet. You probably wouldn't want to do that, Jesse. I come up with odd names. Although I rather did like Fup. I thought that was a pretty good name for a duck. But anyway, it is, I think, probably time to shut down. You think? Everybody? Yeah, I know you need a name for your leopard gecko. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. What is that? Oh, something about Raukins. Okay. Round hour. Okay, 10 minutes more and that's it. That's it. Dad loosened the front wheel. That's kind of mean because that would hurt. I did traumatize my daughter more than once. I did. I don't know yet, Candy. I'll have to see what kind of personality it has. I remember I had an old car and I went to pick up my daughter from high school, my oldest daughter. And I had this old car. And she gets in and we're heading home. And I looked over and she's like laying on the floorboards just about, you know, like totally ducked down. And I asked her what she was doing. And she said that she didn't want the other kids to see her in my car because it was an old car. So I stopped the car. And I told her she could either sit up or she could get out and walk, and I would follow her home in the old car. So, yeah, I was kind of a mean mom. You called me Bambi. Not Bambi. It should be Pandy. Pandy, not Bambi. I have a bad sense of humor too, Frank, but not mean. I'm not like really mean. My son one time, when he was in kindergarten, they used to like the kids would go on Halloween, they'd dress up and then go from classroom to classroom, showing off their Halloween outfits to the school. So the night before Halloween, I asked him what he wanted to be for Halloween. And he told me he wanted to be a Viking. So, and then he went to bed, and I stayed up all night long making this cool Viking outfit. I took like a gray stocking hat. I made some stuffed horns, like white horns that came out from, and then I put the gray stocking cap over a bowl and sewed the horns on. So when you put the cap on, the horns would start, would stick out. So he had his Viking helmet. And then I made a over one shoulder fur outfit and a rope belt. And I even made him a sword. I cut like a big sword out of layers of cardboard, and then I wrapped it with duct tape so it'd be silver. And he got up in the morning, and I got him all dressed up, and I took some makeup and made a beard for him and everything, So he had his whole Viking outfit. And I was leaning against the wall waiting for me he was looking in the mirror, And I was leaning against the wall waiting for him to tell me how cool it was. Because it was a pretty cool outfit. And he looked at me and he says, "Mama?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I wanted to be a Minnesota Viking." Yeah. So you would not have been able to kidnap a cute bear cub? Yeah, it was kind of a total fail, but it ended up, he wore it to school because he was a Viking. That's it. I made the outfit. And he never wanted another outfit after that. He wanted to wear the same one every year. He kept it. He still has the hat. He's like 38 years old, and he still has the hat because he loves it. The helmet that I made for him. But I think when he got to school, all of his friends thought it was so cool. So then he kept it. Hi, Crystal. So, okay, are you guys ready for this, though? So 2 years later, my youngest daughter, she wanted to be a Viking, too. So, because her brother was a Viking. So she wanted her own Viking outfit. Well, she had long red hair. So I made her a helmet, hat with the horns, but I made her horns really long, way out, and, stuffed them and sewed them the hat the same way, but they were really long horns. And then I braided her red hair, and I took one of my white slips and put on her, which ended up being like a floor length dress for her, and made her a belt and stuff. And then I took one of my bras and I covered it with tinfoil and stuffed it and put it over the top of the white slip. And yeah, she was a Viking. But she didn't think it was funny. She actually didn't like her outfit because when I took her trick-or-treating, everybody started laughing when they opened the door. And she didn't appreciate it. I got my daughters messaging me at the same time I'm talking. So anyway, yeah, that was her Viking outfit. Because her mom has a really bad sense of humor. Kids these days, yeah. I raised 4 kids. But did Priscilla sprain your ankle or something? Oh, I have another room of tanks, Crystal. Yeah, I've got 3 girls and a boy. Yeah, even her teacher, her kindergarten teacher, thought it was really hilarious. Hmm. Yeah, I've got what do I have? I have 25 tanks. 24 of them running and one sitting there waiting for me to decide what to do. And I'm going to get a couple 40 breeders, I think the next dollar per gallon sale if I have enough money. Kevin, you can't time out a moderator though. Oh, I would have to demod her. No, that ain't going to happen. That's a good thing, Joel. Okay. Oh, I got my daughter's messaging me. Hang on just a second. This has to be the weirdest stream ever on YouTube. Probably because I'm kind of weird. And I don't really know what to talk about, so. Yeah, the night ones would get different. I know I just had to answer my daughter real quick. You hear the dinging? That's her messaging me. Weird good. Well, I haven't worn lobster earrings yet, so. But I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. And I've been on here for just short of 2 hours. Oh, you live close to Dandy Aranda's? That would be awesome, but I would be like worried about my wallet for sure. They always get some nice fish in there. Jeremy holds the title for weird streams. Yeah, I think I'll probably do this next Wednesday because I kind of like doing it at night anyway, because usually by nighttime I have whatever I have to get done is done. So, and I can't really do it during the day Wednesday because there's just too many live stream, like big YouTuber live streams during the day on Wednesdays. I'm drawing fur. I don't know. It's just like shadows and shapes. You don't want to try to put too much detail in it, or it just looks weird. What you want to do is like have light, you like get in your lights and your darks, and then just put in just enough detail to make it look like fur. I never really think too much about it. I just kind of do it. Who holds the title for weird ones, Kevin? Oh, Big E's. Yeah, he does. He has. They're fun to. I like going to Mark's streams too. I just kind of sit back and watch. Sometimes I get to laughing so hard. My daughter. Hang on. I'm going to check and see what she's doing. Just glue somebody's hair to the page. Yeah. 90 hours. Yeah, I watched that. Some of it. Not all of it. Night, Heather. I should probably go down too. It's 1:02 in the morning. Later for some of y'all. And I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Well, minus the no sound bit. So probably an hour and a half anyway. So I'm going to go now, guys. So, hi, Dromer. Is anybody listening? We're going to go. Yeah, it's like 1:02 here. I'm allowed to go this time. Yay, thank you, thank you. So I will see you guys. I'll probably do this again next week. I'll try to think of something better to talk about. Some fishies or something. So y'all have a good night. Bye.